Okay.
Okay. You want me to start?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. We are the Five Guys Robotic Renegades team. My name is Ethan. This is Brandon, Michael, Alden, and Noah. We have looked at the possible ways food can become contaminated in steak, apples, eggs, and dairy. Together, we have decided to look at ways dairy can become contaminated in the process of turning raw milk into butter. We will let you decide if you would like to pass the butter.
There are many types of cows. Beef cows will live for about 15 years, but when used for meat, they live for about 1 to 2 years. Dairy cows live for about 7 to 10 years, producing milk for each year the cow has. Dairy bulls will live for about 14 to 15 years. The old calves will live for about 2 to 5 months.
We learned that one of the best producing milk cows is a Holstein cow. Typically, the cow is milked by a robotic system that allows the cow to choose how often they want to be milked, typically around 3 times a day. The milking machine is attached to the cow's udder and suction is used to remove the milk. Each cow gives about 50 pounds of milk, which is 6 gallons. The milk is transferred to a holding tank through sanitized pipes, where it is cooled to preserve freshness. A holding tank can hold 1,000 gallons of milk. The processing plant is where the milk is clarified and pasteurized. When the milk is clarified, it is sent through a centrifuge system that spins the milk very fast to remove the gross things out of it. My grandpa was an inspector that checked the quality of milk produced for human consumption. He told me that clarifiers detach blood, mucus, feces, and dirt.
Bacteria germs can be found inside and outside of the cow and in the food and water for the cow. If the udder is not clean, or the cow's milk supplies are contaminated, germs can enter the raw milk. The pasteurization is where milk is heated really quickly and then cooled down just as quick to kill the bacteria germs in the raw milk. When the milk is transferred, it must be kept about 4 degrees Celsius to keep any bacteria from growing. Farmers know that pasteurization will not kill all the bacteria, but it won't even kill the ones it's supposed to when the guidelines for time and temperature aren't met. There's a weak link in the process of milk from the warehouse to the store to your home. The weak link is the rising temperature from the store to your home. So get your milk home quick and make sure your refrigerator temperature is less than 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Pasteurized milk can also cause outbreaks of foodborne illnesses. The raw milk can also contaminate the milk during the pasteurization process. If there are any cracks or leaks in the pipes that carry the non-clarified milk and the clarified milk, since they run right beside each other. Once the milk has been clarified and pasteurized, the heavy cream is ready to become butter. When making butter, every step needs to be done in a clean environment. The heavy cream is whipped or churned into butter. An interesting fact is that the British do not salt their butter, but we do. The salt is used for flavor and as a preservative.
There was a case last year in December 2010 where butter was contaminated with flame retardants in Dallas, Texas. 10 samples are found to have high levels of PBDE. The levels were actually 135 times the normal levels. In rodents, levels of this magnitude would cause neurobehavioral changes. Researchers found that the paper wrapper had 16 times the levels found in the butter. They were uncertain if the butter had been contaminated before wrapping or that the wrapper contaminated the butter. The actual source of the contamination was not found, but it does make you realize that we need better protection for our food supply.
So to recap, bacteria can enter the butter and dairy process at any points. If the cow has eaten something that has been exposed to chemicals, it can enter the raw milk. When the milking cow, if the udder is not cleaned properly, the dirt, grime, and feces can enter the raw milk. Blood and mucus can enter the raw milk through the milking process. If the clarifier is not working properly, when the milk is cleaned, then all the contaminants cannot be removed. If the milk is not pasteurized, bacteria is allowed to grow. When transporting the milk at any stage, if it is not kept at the right temperature, it can spoil. As the butter is being made, if the processing plant is not cleaned properly, then contaminants can enter the butter. And at any time in the butter making process, humans can contaminate the butter.
So what would our solution be to better control the butter making process from contamination?
We would add an automatic udder cleaner to ensure that grime, feces, are removed before the milking process even begins. We would also add double filters to the clarification process to remove anything that wasn't cleaned earlier. Then we would review and change the standards that control how often processing materials need to be cleaned and add better oversight to our butter.
Now would you guys pass the butter?